Well, you can't expect to win them all.
This game is driving me completely insane, guys. Like, before I go into this, I'm just going to clarify. I'm not claiming to be like a cracked player or one of the best players in the world. No, I find myself maybe average or slightly above average players. I don't believe that I am supposed to be in like Eternity or Celestia or anything. I believe that my peak is maybe Grandmaster, maybe low to high Grandmaster. I don't believe like I should be in Celestia or I should be in Eternity. I don't believe I'm good enough to be in those ranks. But there's something about this game, man. Like the matchmaking in this game, like just a few days ago, not even up to a week, I would say maybe 5 days ago, I was in GM2, Grandmaster 2. And the moment I hit that rank, I've just been on a completely downward spiral. Right now, if you look at it, I'm currently on Diamond 2. I dropped from GM2 to Diamond 2 in like 3 days, I think 3 or 4 days. There's a new season coming up. I'm recording this video like not 3 days before the new season. And I'm currently in Diamond 2. And I was in Grandmaster 2 just 3 days prior. It's insane. Like, I'm going completely insane right now. Let's just ignore this couple of games you're seeing right here, because around these games I just completely lost it. I didn't care anymore. I was just playing DPS, because if you take a look at this game, we couldn't even do anything. If you take a look at all these games, I was just playing DPS because I am a tank player. I don't really play DPS. I don't think I've played DPS up to 10 times in ranked since season 0. I play as a tank, and sometimes I play as a support. I like to use Loki. I believe Loki is the best support, like he's the most fun support in this game, because I went on like a Loki arc sometime around season 1. I was enjoying Loki a lot. Then I didn't really play him for a long time. I also like to play Rockets, not because of just right-click spamming. I like to play Rocket because I believe he's like the easiest tank to avoid dive with, other than Jeff. Because whenever I play as Rocket and I'm getting dived by maybe a Black Panther or a Spider-Man, I can easily dodge them. I can easily like live through the dive. But I don't really use Rocket anymore since they brought in Phoenix, so it's kind of, I've been using it for a long time. But anytime I play as Rocket, I even like when the enemy dives me, because I know they're just going to be wasting their time. They might kill me once in a while, but I know how to survive a lot on Rocket. So I don't really play a lot of DPS. I mean, the only DPS I know how to play is maybe Punisher and Namor, and I only do that when I play maybe quick play. So, but I'm like, with the way this matchmaking has done me so far this season, especially in the past couple of games, I'm think going from next season, I'll probably start playing DPS a little bit more. I want to learn at least 2 or 3 DPS rules just in case. And it's not like I play every day. I only play maybe 4 to 5 days a week for like maybe 3 hours or 4 hours. This is not the only game I play, because I think if Marvel Rivals was the only game I'm playing, I would have gone full blown insane by now. I'd have completely destroyed my keyboard, punched my monitor a lot of times. I play other games, and besides, this is 2025. I don't think there's any one out there that's playing maybe just one game, unless maybe you have like a job that takes a lot of your time and you only have time to play games maybe 30 minutes to 1 hour a day. But I think if you have a lot of time to play games, or even if it's just a few hours a day, if you're playing only one game, then I don't know what you're doing. But it's which each person is own. And now, like, I enjoy the game. The reason why I still play this game is because I enjoy the concept. I enjoy the game. I don't really have a lot of hero shooter experience before this game came out. I think I played Overwatch, the first one. I only played it for like maybe 1 or 2 weeks before my laptop just completely got destroyed. So I'll say this is like my first real experience playing hero shooter game. But this game has been out for like how many months now? Not 9-10 months. And I've learned enough. I've watched a lot of YouTube videos. I've watched a lot of tips and tricks from people who have been playing games like Overwatch and so on. So I completely understand the game. And in Grandmaster right now, I believe at the very least, from Grandmaster and above, you should know how to play at least 2 to 3 characters in every role. Maybe not every role, but at least you should be able to play at least 2 of the 3 roles. Maybe tank and support like me, or DPS and support, or you know what I mean. You should be able to play at least 2, because there's no role queue in this game. There's no role queue in this game, so you need to be very, very flexible. I mean, the devs have come out and said that there is no EOMM in this game. But like, what the hell is this? Like this is not even the worst of it. I was trying to like scroll down from when I got to Grandmaster 2. Because I went from Grandmaster 2 straight to Diamond 1. I lost like, I think 12 games in a row or something. I don't know, I think I lost like 10 to 12 games in a row. And it's not like as if I was playing bad or I was throwing or anything. I don't understand how every season this kind of thing happens, because I think in season 2 I dropped from like Diamond 3 to Gold 1. I lost like 10 games straight. And after that loss streak, then I won, I think 12 games in a row. I went from Gold 1 even up to Diamond 2 before I lost the game. Like, I don't mind losing games. I mean, you can go on win streak in these games, you can go on lose streak, it happens. But it is the way you lose games. Like, if I'm losing a game and I know I played well, my teammates, they are all like playing well, like they are not getting counter picks, they are using the right kind of characters for the right kind of games, and we lost that game, I won't get mad. I won't even get angry at all. But my biggest issue is like, even in Grandmaster, at that point in time, you should understand the concept of counter picking. You should understand the concept of counter picking. You should know that, okay, this character I'm using does not go well with this character. Like, for example, right now, the other team is going to have maybe 2 or 3 flyers, and then my DPS is using Moon Knight or Squirrel Girl against a team that has 2 flyers. Like, what am I supposed to do as a tank player? I think DPS players are like, I mean, there's more DPS in these games than tank and support combined, so it's kind of understandable why you tend to get so many bad DPS players in your team compared to the good ones. There are more bad players than good players. That's just the truth. But that's the point of ranked. When you climb up, at least you should be getting maybe less of them, and every match should be at least maybe close. Maybe not all the games, but out of 10 games, maybe 7 or 8 of them you should be like evenly matched. It should at least be a close game. But in this game, it's the other way around. I can play 10 games and maybe 1 or 2 will be really close games, and the remaining 8 is either you get stumped or you stomp the enemy. And it's not as if the players are bad, they are just too stubborn, especially the DPS players. Like, they are the ones who most of the time, they are the ones who just don't want to swap off a character. Like the other team they are playing anti-dive and you are using BP or Iron Fist or Magic when they are clearly countering you, and you choose not to swap. Or even if you're going to swap, you're going to swap to another dive character when the other team is clearly countering your dive. Like, I don't understand this. DPS are the ones that always have that problem. I mean, I've played with some tank players that they play maybe Venom or Cap, and once they see they are getting countered after maybe 2 fights, they swap off. But DPS, you rarely get them. Like, every now and then you get some DPS players that are actually sensible. They swap off when they realize it's not working. But DPS players is where I always have the issue with. I don't really have issue with tank players. I don't even have issue with support players. Maybe the only kind of support players I have issue with are people that use Jeff, because to me, Jeff is just useless, because whenever he ults, you are down a healer. But I think that will probably come to an end, because next season he's getting a very good buff, which whenever he ults, at least you still have a healing for like at least 8 seconds. So maybe Jeff will be viable next season in a 2 support comp. But right now this is Grandmaster. At the very least, you should understand the concept of counter picking. Like, to me, the way I play this game based on I always like to counter what the other team is using, because I believe when 2 teams are evenly matched, they are playing each other. It all comes down to what kind of character you're using. How do you counter them? Other than just protecting your healers, how do you counter them? Because I don't know why I'll be in a team, the other team is going to have flyers, and my own DPS is using Squirrel Girl and Moon Knight. Like, what as a tank player, what are you supposed to do? Like, you can't just swap off tank, because most of the time I'm solo tanking. Especially, I think solo tanking is also a problem to me, because especially from diamond rank and below, I was solo tanking most of my games. I think that problem basically came to an end when I got into GM. I think GM, there are more people willing to like play duo tank. But from diamond and below, I'm basically forced to play as maybe Mag or Strange or Emma, because I think those are the only 3 tanks you can play solo. So I like to play as Hawk sometimes, I like to play as Team, but I can't because most of the time I'm solo tanking. But in GM, thankfully, I got to get a lot of games playing as Team, playing as Hawk, because I don't really have a lot of problem with solo tanking, because I always get like a tank player, a tank partner with me. But the problem to me is still the DPS, because like the concept of counter picking, I don't know, for some reason it's kind of strange to them. And for some, maybe you get some players who maybe the only character they know how to play is Moon Knight and Squirrel Girl, and that's all they played up until they got to Grandmaster. And now you are being forced to team up with them because they don't know how to play anything else, and then they end up losing your game. Like I've had so many Moon Knight and Squirrel Girl players telling me, oh, you can kill flyers if you know how to aim. Like, why that? Even if you kill them, you would have died maybe 3 or 4 times before you can kill them once. You are putting yourself at a massive disadvantage because of your own ego, because you are trying to prove some kind of point. This is a ranked game. This is not a quick play game where you can experiment or try to prove us wrong or anything. Like, it doesn't even make any sense. Like I've lost more games because of the choices of my DPS players than maybe the other team being better than me. I've lost more games that way. I don't mind losing games, but when you lose in a way where it's because of 1 or 2 of your teammates not wanting to pick characters that actually go well with your team, it's just too much, man. It's annoying. It drives me insane. Like, I don't even know how to even use them more, because right now I think going forward I'm not really going to take rank seriously anymore. I'm just going to play to try and see where I can get to for that season. I'm not going to what am I going to gain by getting to Celestial or Eternity anyway? I'm not a pro player or anything. I'm just playing this game for fun, and I'm a very competitive person, but at the same time, I'm very, very aware of my current skill level, and I'm very, very aware of what kind of rank I believe I deserve, and I think that's Grandmaster, which I've got in this season. Right now, I'm just trying to get better as a player and try to see if I can get all the way to Celestial. But in the team-based games where it doesn't matter how good you are, if your teammates are trash, there's absolutely nothing you can do than just try and go for the next game. And I think too many players, especially the DPS players, they all have this mentality. They give up way too easily. Instead of swapping and trying to look for a solution, you start seeing things like GG go next, or they will stay in spawn, or they will just keep playing the same character and just keep feeding the other teams. It's I don't understand, like how do you even get to that rank? If I was in maybe silver or gold and people were playing like this, I would understand. But you're in Grandmaster. Grandmaster is like what, the second or third highest rank in the game. By then you should understand what works and what doesn't work. Like, I don't understand, man. Like, this is the reason why I ban BP and Iron Man every game. And I'm not banning them because I don't know how to handle them. I know how to take care of Iron Man. I know how to take care of BP. But I do that because, especially Iron Man, I ban it because most of the time I play against Iron Man, I always lose. Because it's not as if the Iron Man is a good player, but because my DPS, they don't know how to look up, or they don't use characters that are good against flyers. Like, it's so annoying. It's so annoying. If I don't even ban BP. I'm not scared of BP. He has so many counters that you can counter him. Every time I play against a BP, I counter him so hard. Maybe there are some cracked BP players that know how to avoid those counters, but more often than not, if I play against a BP, I don't have any problem handling him. I'm like, he has the easiest counter. You just play 10 and you are good. It's very simple. And my biggest gripe is that as a tank player, I think if you're a tank player in this game, you have the biggest responsibility, because as a healer, the only thing you have to do is keep your team alive. And you yourself, you just have to stay alive while keeping your team alive. As a DPS player, all you have to do is just get kills, get damage. But as a tank player, you have much more responsibilities. You have to frontline and basically soak up all the damage for your team. You have to be the one who takes space or fall back if you can't take the space. You are basically the one commanding the team. You are like the commander, you're in the front. But in this game, you have an added responsibility of also protecting your healers, because in this game, healers get dived a lot. And in most of my games, I find myself being the only one protecting healers. Like, I don't know why that should even be a case. Why am I the only one protecting healers? I mean, I've had games where everyone in the team is actually protecting the healers, and those kind of games are the kind of games I enjoy a lot. Like, I had one game I posted on my channel, like I think a few weeks ago, like the perfect team. Like everyone was protecting the healers, man. Like those are the kind of games that makes. I believe that the key to winning a lot of games, if you can protect your healers, your chances of winning that game is very, very high. Just protect your healers and you're good, because they are the ones that are keeping you alive. I think tank and healers, they are the two most important. Every role has their own job. Every role has something to do in the game, but I believe the most important role in this game are the tanks and the healers. More healers and also the tanks. I believe you can even win a game without a DPS. I mean, I've had some queues where I got into a game and nobody in my team was a DPS player. No one knew how to play as a DPS. We could only play as a tank and support. And we went in like that. We went in with 3 tanks and 3 healers, and we completely demolished the other team. I played as Mag. My other tanks, they played as Venom and Thor. Then we had triple support. We just banned flyers in that game because I think the weakness of triple support is flyers, because if the other team just play flyers, it will completely mess up that team up. But we banned like Iron Man and Torch, and the only flyer available was Storm, but the other team didn't play Storm, so we completely just demolished them. To me, that just tells me that to me DPS is a very dispensable role. I'm not saying they are not important. Yes, they are, because in that comp, if the enemy team just play as the flyers, it's going to make it very difficult. But you can still win games without a DPS. You cannot win any game without healers, and I don't think you can. It's going to be very difficult to win a game without a tank. But without DPS, you can still win games. I've had multiple games where we didn't have any DPS. We went triple tank, triple support, and we won in ranked, not in quick play. And also the matchmaking. I know there's no role queue. I'm not really asking for a role queue, but I don't know, maybe this matchmaking needs some kind of role preference added into the matchmaking system. Like what I mean is that I think one game, I got into a game where I was the only tank and my 5 teammates were all DPS players. Like no one knew how to play support. All they knew how to play was DPS. And none of them wanted to swap to support. Only one of them was willing to swap. We needed a second support, but none of them wanted to swap, and we ended up losing the game. Obviously, I couldn't swap to support because I was the only tank. If I went support, we wouldn't have a tank. And then, after the game was almost lost, with maybe only 30 seconds left, one of them decided to go support when the game was lost already. At that point in time, I didn't even waste my time going out for the second round, because you could have just swapped at the beginning and would have had a chance, but you chose not to. So what was the point? Part of this was these are things that happen in Grandmaster. This is not even in Diamond. In Grandmaster, the game paired me with 5 DPS players, and I was the only tank. Like the matchmaking, I know there's no role queue. I'm not really asking for a role queue, but I think they should add some kind of role preference in ranked. Like maybe anytime you want to queue up, you can select maybe 1, 2, or maybe all 3 roles as a preference. So maybe, for example, now I can just select tank and support. So when the matchmaking is finding the game for me, it's going to pair me with maybe DPS players, because at least I can feel as a tank or support, or I can just select tank alone, so that the game can pair me with players who also selected DPS or healers. So that way, when we get into a match, we know what we want to play that game. I mean, it's not going to interfere with the matchmaking. It's not going to like force you to play as a tank. I can select tank as my preferred role, and maybe when I find the game, I can still play as support. I think that needs to be added in the matchmaking system. Maybe for like the first 1 or 2 minutes of you finding the game, is going to find it based on your preferred role, and if after a minute or 2 it doesn't find the game, it can just completely ignore that and just put you in any kind of match. You don't start having teammates where they are all DPS or they are all support and no one knows how to play DPS or tank. And this is not something that happens rarely. It happens almost every day. I get into games where the other team, maybe they can only play as a DPS, they can only play as a support, and I think that's a good way to just get rid of this. I mean, the problem will still be there, but this will help to reduce the problem a bit. But like, I'm making this video right now because I'm just tired of this current matchmaking. I'm not going to take ranked seriously anymore until this matchmaking gets some kind of revamped or something added to make it less more tolerable, because right now it's just, I don't know, man. This game is just, I mean, it's a casual game anyway. Even though it has a competitive scene, it's meant to be casual. But even the quick play, if you go to quick play, I mean, it's the same. The matchmaking feels the same on quick play and ranked. Like, there's no difference. I mean, the matchmaking right now on this rank feels more like quick play than ranked. This is not a real ranked experience as far as I'm concerned, but I still enjoy the game, to be honest, even though the matches annoy me, and it's not really the game's fault. It's more of the players' fault than the game's fault. DPS players, they I don't know. I think maybe if they add more tank players and more support players, we'll be having. It will probably reduce it. I don't know. But I believe, to me, DPS players are the biggest problems in this game, and that's to be expected because there's a lot of DPS in this game. So that means there'll be a lot of DPS players as well. So obviously you're going to run into the bad DPS players more than the good ones. But going forward, I'm not even going to even try to grind this game anymore. I'll just play it casually, play the ranked mode casually. And obviously I'll try. I'm not going to throw. I'm going to try and win and try to see if I can rank up as high as I can. But I'm not going to like take it too seriously anymore. It's just not. It's not worth it. It's not worth it at all. Like, there are other games out there to be played that I will have a much better time playing than this. Than just every time I play. There's sometimes even when I win a game, I'm still angry. Like that's how this game is. You win a game and you are still angry. Like, it's crazy, man. I know that games do. No other kind of game does this to me, where I win a game and I'm still angry. Like, I could go on like a 5-game winning streak and I will still be angry. It's I don't understand. But that's what I have to say, guys. Just catch you next time. I just can't, man.